What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. All right, guys, going to talk about the regionals that I went to in Charlotte, North Carolina, Saturday, the 15th, a couple of days ago. First off, it was the largest event in our state's history. It was 469 people. This area, I'm starting to realize, like, we're starting to be one of the bigger markets in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, we're starting to be up there with California, New York, Pennsylvania. Like, I really do believe, like, North Carolina, just the tri-state area is really just on the rise. And I think the reason that we're having such high turnouts is because there just aren't enough events. Like, I don't understand literally why there isn't a regional every single month, if not two a month. I mean, to be honest. But, so you guys know regionals are supposed to start at 10 o'clock. Our regional didn't even start until 12:30. When I left at the end of round 6, I was 4-2. I decided to drop because I didn't believe that I could top 8, and I mean, I could get my invite, but that's really not that big of a deal. I can get my invite at any regional, to be honest. When I decided to drop from the tournament, it was 8:30. You know, I had a 2.5-hour drive, and we weren't even in the round 7 yet, and it was a 9-round regional, and I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? So I decided to play Final Countdown. Please don't thumbs down this video just because I played Final Countdown. My standpoint was, and I honestly tested this deck a lot on DN. Like, if you know your rulings, and if the deck doesn't play stupid, doesn't play retarded, it's actually really consistent. The problem with Countdown is, number one, everything kind of has to go according to plan. Like, if anything in the plan gets messed up, like your Final Countdown gets solemned, then everything goes haywire. Like, if your Final Countdown gets solemn, then, oh, your Hope for Escape, you draw less cards. You can't activate Frozen Soul, probably. And you don't have, you know, your Countdown active, but you have all these defensive cards that you'll probably end up burning, and you won't be able to use them for your 10 turns. So, everything kind of has to go according to plan. There's also the fact that there are some really there's some really random matchups that are like auto lose. Like, if you play Samurai, it's auto lose. Dark Road is a horrible matchup because they get to look at your hand way too much, and they can potentially play Mind Crush and E-Virus, which they can just call traps, and you just auto lose. But I lost to like random stuff. Like game 1, round 1, I'm playing windups. Game 1, I just smash him because this deck almost never loses game 1. Game 2, he's like, makes them mighty, bring out Magician, set 3, and I'm like, cool. My first turn, he's like, hold on, draw phase, and he activates Mind Crush, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, Final Countdown, and I have Final Countdown in my hand, and I end up getting smashed, and I'm like, dude, like, who side decks Mind Crush and windups? And not only that, but you got some big balls to just Mind Crush me sight unseen like that. And then game 3, I Sarko for 1 day apiece in Countdown, and he Mind Crushed me again. So I ended up decking out. Like, it was just whatever. And then another one of my losses, my opponent had Genzo and Cyber Dragon on the field, and me being an idiot, I did not play Chimera Fortress Dragon. And I asked him after the game if he knew about what would he have done if I had it, and he was like, he didn't even know what that card did. And I was like, okay, wow. Yu-Gi-Oh! But despite that, and I'm at my core so competitive. Like, usually when I go to events and I don't top, I consider it like a 7 out of 10, like the best that I could have, you know. But no, I had an amazing time at this event, mainly because I saw so many people who had previously quit the game. They came back. I met so many people who were like, "Are you MegaCapitalG by chance? Is your name Capital G?" You know. There were so many people who recognized my voice and hadn't even seen me and just knew me from my channel, and I was like, wow, this is awesome that, you know, locally even people are watching me. Met one kid who was apparently a really big fan of me. It talks about me at locals. I didn't get his name, but he was amazing. He was running Dark World, and he was just such a spectacular kid. I hope he watches this video and comments below. I met G Squared from Team Minority. If you guys watch Team Minority on YouTube, you will know them. And G Squared is fantastic, very smart, just a very cool, down-to-earth guy. And he's definitely my favorite member now. Sorry, V, but, you know, he's my favorite now. Speaking of V, I honestly, like in hindsight, I wish I would have just played his Dark World. I don't have any of those cards, but, I mean, it's Dark World. You can build the deck in like a week because everything is pretty much like $3 and less. So, yeah, I really wish that I would have played that because when I was walking around the tables, looking at the top players, you know, guys that I know for years who, you know, have 18, 17 regional tops, Tyree Tensei, who's won a YCS, like every single one of them was playing windups. And it was like, it was like we were playing this damn event inside the wind-up factory. Like, it was ridiculous.
Wind-ups everywhere.
So I anticipated a good amount of windups, but I wasn't sure if I was going to play that much. The regional that I have in about a month in Richmond, I expect it to pretty much be the same. So, you know, obviously I'm going to try and play whatever beats windups. Whatever has the best consistent matchup to that, like, is probably the deck I'm going to play. No more trolley stuff. Like, I love Countdown, and I do think it's consistent, but there are too many, like, random variables, like people side decking random Gen Zone and shit and Mind Crush and whatnot. That can just make you lose, and I don't want to leave games completely up to chance like that. So I'm definitely going to dismantle this deck, and you'll probably won't see me play it again unless it's like a locals or something like that. I am going to do a deck profile just in case you guys want to see what, you know, a pretty solid Final Countdown deck looks like. But yeah, I consider this just, you know, it's like it just catches people by surprise. But I guess that's pretty much it that I wanted to say. It was still definitely a fun time. It's just, it was a shame that the event was ran so poorly. I mean, every single round that we played took about an hour and a half, and again, it was round 6 and it was like 8:40, and I was just like, man, F this, I'm done. But yeah, look for the deck profile, guys, and thank you for watching as always.